Good morning, my lovely students. So here, this is part 3, chapter 6, Combustion and Flame, class 8 science. This is entirely the revision of what we have done so far in part 1 and part 2. Kindly pay attention, and this will be a quick revision that how much you have grabbed. Let's begin. In our previous part, what we have discussed about the first thing was the fuel. Now, substance which provide energy on burning or buying in air are called the fuels. They may be of various types. Solid fuels such as wood, coal and cow dung cakes or the charcoal prepared from the wood. Liquid fuels like kerosene, petrol and diesels. And gaseous fuels such as CNG, LPG and the coal gas. Combustion. It is the chemical process in which substance react the oxygen to give off heat. Sometimes the light either as a flame or as a glow is given off during the combustion. In the sun, heat and the light are produced by the nuclear reactants. Ignition temperature, here I have drawn the bar graph and you can see clearly from the bar graph that the ignition temperature is highest with the hydrogen gas, which is 1085 Fahrenheit, whereas least with the gasoline vapor, which is 450 Fahrenheit. The lowest temperature at which the substance catches fire is called the ignition temperature. A substance cannot catch the fire or burn as long as its temperature is lower than its ignition temperature. So to make sure that substance catches fire, it has to meet its ignition temperature. Wooden matchstick that has antimony triplet, trisulfate and potassium chlorate and its head. The rubbing surface present on the matchbox has a powder glass and the little red phosphorus. When the head of matchstick rub against the rubbing surface, that is red phosphorus, converts into the white phosphorus, and white phosphorus reacts with the antimony trisulfate that is in the head part, start combustion. So here you got it, why the matchstick quickly burn, because of all the substance present in it, and you know that white phosphorus can even burn at the room temperature. Inflammable substances, the substances that have the temperature which can easily catch the fire are called flammable substances. Inflammable substances, example alcohol and petrol, and that is the reason you might have seen some cautionary warning at the petrol pump that prohibition use of smoking as well as mobiles, because this may lead to the fire because the fuel pump or the petrol pump. Supporter for combustion. The gaseous environment that supports the combustion of combustible substance is called the supporter of combustion. Smaller the size of combustible particle, faster is the rate of combustion. Nature of combustible substances. Inflammable substance burn faster compared to the substance such as wood. You can see the fire extinguisher. This is a quick revision, so we will go through all the sites quickly. A substance which disrupts the contact between and the fire is called the extinguisher. Water is very good substance in the firefighting as it cools down the fuel below its ignition temperature. Sand and soil may act as a good fire extinguisher, particularly for burning of oil. If the clothes of a person catch fire, it may be put off with the help of blanket. Water should not be used to extinguish the fire involving electrical equipment. For fire involving electrical equipment and the inflammable materials such as petrol, carbon dioxide is the best extinguisher. Carbon dioxide being the heavier than the oxygen will cover the fire as a blanket, so that way it cuts down the contact with the oxygen. As the contact between fuel and oxygen is cut off, the fire is controlled within no time. Compressed carbon dioxide is poured in the cylinder. When released on the fire, causes formation of blanket around the fire, cool down the temperature of the fuel, and carbon dioxide does not harm the electrical equipments. You can see the different symbols are marked on the fire extinguisher cylinder with the kind of fire they are used. Types of combustion, we have already studied about this. Let's have a quick revision. Rapid combustion, in which the gas burns quickly producing heat and light. Example is LPG, liquefied petroleum gas. Spontaneous combustion, a combustion in which the material bursts into the flame suddenly without applying a heat. Example, phosphorus, which burns at the room temperature. Spontaneous combustion of coal dust often causes accidental fire in the coal mines. Heat from the sun or the lightning may also cause the spontaneous forest fire. Explosion, when a material bursts suddenly to produce heat, light and a sound on the application of heat or the pressure, it is called the explosion. For example, crackers and the fireworks which release a large amount of gas. Now, structure of flame, I hope you have drawn this figure and labeled it well. You already know the outermost part is completely combustible. It is having highest heat where compared to innermost part. The innermost part is dark zone, which is black, least hot. Then luminous zone, which is yellow or orange, moderately hot. And the non-luminous zone, which is blue, it is hottest part. Now, you have to draw this figure as well as you have to explain each zone of this flame, structure of candle flame. This is asked in 3 marks usually. So calorific values, which is this table is also given in the textbook. The amount of heat energy produced on the complete combustion of 1 kg of fuel is called the calorific value. We already know the highest calorific values with the hydrogen fuel and the least calorific values with the powder cake. Now, what is acid rain? You can see in the picture. These are the mines and the coal factories and the refineries which are just releasing harmful gases into the air without filtering or treating them. This gas is mixed with the water which is coming along with the rain, and that turns to be the acidic, and thus this rain is called the acidic rain. This acid rain destroys the plants and pollutes the water source and the soils and erode the buildings, that take away the beauty of the beautiful buildings like Taj Mahal. And also it will affect highly in the plants because these plants do not need acidic pH. They have to grow with the neutral pH or slightly alkali pH. So one thing you have to keep in mind that this industry is either they should be kept away from the residential area, number 1. Number 2, they should not throw the gases just as it is in the air. They should not use this kind of fuels which do not completely combust or do not have a complete combustion, or they should avoid the fuels which produce such harmful gases which are sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and carbon dioxide. How to conserve fuel? Now, these days you might have seen due to the pandemic, many people have diverted on their physical fitness. They are using bicycle as a mode of transportation and avoiding public transportation. So that way we can conserve on our fuels and we can less have the air pollution. Now, minimizing use of vehicle will lead to less air pollution as well as noise pollution. Collect all material required while cooking at one place before switching on the gas. This is very important technique. Sometimes what we do is we just switch on the gas and then we keep on cutting and looking for the other materials. Meanwhile, that energy is waste off. Number 1. Number 2, prefer the pressure cooker, because when you cook in the open utensils, it takes more time than you cook in the pressure cooker. And secondly, the pressure cooked food conserve all the vitamins and the minerals. Choose walking over using cars or motorbikes for short distance and use public transport for traveling instead of private vehicles. And these days, this public transport are replaced with the use of cycles. In the other country, apart from India, in the foreign countries, people are fond of using bicycles. They feel that using bicycle will keep them fit and healthy. Burning of fuel lead to harmful products. So the carbon fuels such as wood, coal, petroleum release unburned carbon particles in the environment. These particles are very dangerous pollutants and cause respiratory diseases, for the example asthma. When the fuels are incompletely burned, they release carbon monoxide gas into the atmosphere. This gas is very dangerous as it is poisonous in nature. If we burn the coal in the closed room, then the person sleeping in that room will be killed by the action of carbon monoxide. The combustion of fossil fuels also release a large amount of carbon dioxide into the atmosphere. Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which is responsible for global warming. Is the rise in the overall temperature of Earth's surface. This leads to the melting of polar caps and rise in the sea level, further results in the flood of coastal regions. Burning of coal and diesel release the sulfur dioxide gas. हाँ sir. Coal, diesel release the sulfur dioxide gas. This gas is extremely corrosive and suffocating in nature. Petrol gives off oxides of nitrogen. The oxides of sulfur and nitrogen gets dissolved in the rainwater and form the acid. This is known as acid rain. This is the water very harmful to the plants, animals and the various monuments like Qutub Minar, Taj Mahal and ancient temples and ancient wells. Thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this quick revision of chapter 6. This is one of the interesting and most enjoyable chapter in entire textbook. Kindly go through all 3 videos thoroughly. Write down all scientific keywords and the meaning in your own understanding and own languages. And just go through the textual exercise. Write all question and answers in the sequence with the provided PDF. Again, I'll see you with the next chapter. Meanwhile, bye-bye. Take care.